We have some developing news out of Ukraine's capital as crews continue cleaning up rubble after Russia this week launched the second largest attack of the entire war. The death toll just rose to 25. It includes 4 children. The attack came ahead of a meeting between the White House special envoy and a high-ranking Ukrainian official. Correspondent Robert Sherman is live for us in Kyiv with the very latest. And Robert, how is this strike impacting the chance of these peace talks?
Yeah, I mean, it seemed as though, Nichole, when it comes to the Ukrainian public, if the optimism that there's going to be anything productive coming out of peace negotiations, that optimism has dropped even lower here as people here are still reeling from all of this on the ground. 25 people killed, as you just reported just moments ago. That update coming just in the last couple of minutes here. And you have people who are mourning, laying flowers, laying tokens at the site of these strikes here. Important to note, residential areas that were hit here, and that's where this is really striking at the core of all of this. Not to mention, this is also a somber day from the standpoint that this is a day in which people here in Ukraine are mourning all of those who have given their lives for Ukrainian independence in this war, in recent wars. So that is what is at play here on the ground. But nevertheless, you see these peace talks continuing on. The conversations picking up in New York City today, which you're looking at on your screen. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff on the right. On the left is Andrii Yermak, who is the President Zelenskyy's chief of staff, one of his most trusted advisors, who he's been dispatching across the globe in recent days to have these conversations about long-term peace prospects. You've heard from Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy, though, even articulating that with what they're seeing from Russia, the way these strikes continue, they just don't have much optimism that Russia will even come to the negotiating table.
This strike clearly shows that Russia's goals have not changed. They want war, and they are striking not only our people, not only our cities and communities. Russia is now striking at everyone in the world who seeks peace.
And so you are having European leaders in recent days saying that they just don't believe that this is going to happen between President Zelenskyy and President Putin. The White House, on the other hand, still remaining optimistic that they can get to a bilateral summit between the Ukrainians and Russians and, more big picture, get to a peace deal between the two by the end of the year. Those talks continuing on today in New York City throughout the day. Nichole.
And Robert, what's the response from Russia been like amid now these doubts about a potential bilateral meeting?
Well, they're keeping their stance rather the same, Nichole. Is that what you heard from Dmitry Peskov, the Kremlin spokesperson today, who was speaking with reporters. And what he said is that, quote, Putin does not rule out the possibility of a meeting with Zelenskyy. So far, it cannot be said that work at the expert level is actively underway. What that last part means is getting to the point in which you have top leadership of both of these countries sitting down face to face, which is what the Ukrainians want, but Russia has so far not committed to. The other element to all of this is that Russia is maintaining their stance that they want to be involved in all conversations revolving around security guarantees for the Ukrainians. Western troops on the ground in Ukraine is a non-starter for the Ukrainians. That's where they're standing firm here today. Nichole.
Right. Robert Sherman live on the ground for us there in Ukraine. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.